And let's go, go, go! We are gating in. Let's see if there is no problem with the connections and stuff. Yep. It seems like everyone is here. And they're already building their factories and other stuff. So, let's take a look at the actual setup for the map. Well, like I said, we're gonna have RNGs playing in the top side and bottom corners of the map, as they're both gonna be going for both Aeon and Seraphim to mix things up, and the same can be said about the guys on the other side. Well, I'm sorry, but someone else will have to go and deal with the gambling because of the, well, problems with the FAF client. What if I'm gonna go and alt-tab to the chat? Well, the wall thing, the wall game will just disappear for a second. No, Amygdala. I actually did check the multipliers and they were set up properly. It's just that the default for the AIX is 1.5, so that's why it wasn't showing up. And they did change the build multiplier to 1.0, is exactly what they had to go and do, so yeah. The economy multiplier is set to 1.5 and the build one is set to 1.0, which is exactly what Fergal asked for. Anyway, let's take a look at the players. So, Protect is gonna be playing with the Seraphim in the bloody red color. His teammate down below is gonna be Donnie, also opting for Seraphim. Then we're gonna have Tryth playing Aeon on what is most likely the air slot. And then, the last but not least for the Team Nugget. No, that's not Team Nugget, this is Team Tryth. This is gonna be Unknown playing Aeon. So well, quite a lot of alien technology on the right flank. Meanwhile, on the left side for the Team Nuggets, we're gonna have Blinchik playing in Violet Cybran ACU. Then, his teammate up north is gonna be Nugget playing Seraphim in Royal White. Then, it is gonna be no one else but Mr. Chap playing Aeon in a beautiful royal blue. And last but not least, the man on a mission. It is gonna be Deli playing Cybran. So yes, it seems like the faction choices are actually a little bit more diverse on the left side of the map, where we have two Cybran players, one Aeon and one Seraphim, which would make the game a little bit more interesting to look at. And let's see what the RNG boys are up to. It seems like Jalbert is going for the most of the standard build orders, just going for a single air factory into another air factory, as he is just disregarding the land build options for a while. And his other friend, yep, he's actually gonna go for a land factory before the air one. He's gonna go for a transport and most likely gonna try to go and make some sneaky drops around the map. When it comes to our players, it seems like nobody yet managed to go and finish the transport. No, never mind. It seems like Nuggets is going for a very fast transport drop on the mid lane, which is very nice to see, as there is quite a lot of resources available. Not only 2000 reclaim, but also 2 hydros and what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maxes for the taking. So yeah, very nice to go and see that they are going for an early expansions like that compared to his opponents. But Team Tryth have actually a card in the sleeve, which is Donnie walking his ACU towards the middle, meaning we're gonna have him try to go and contest that position. But with the engineers already finishing the T1 factory, I'm afraid to say that this is actually gonna prove to be quite a hurdle to overcome for this team. As basically, Team Nuggets is all set up here for now, so I really wanna go and see how it's gonna go and end up. Also, it seems like the first air fight went to the hands of the Team Nuggets, as we can see both Blinchik and Nugget are well killing one air unit after another belonging to the Team Tryth, and they are not stopping. But at the same time, it seems like the Team Tryth is going for a very aggressive approach to the naval factories. Already one finished, and now they're going for even more frigates, so yeah, they're gonna be the first one to go and grab control over the underwater mexes and other stuff around here, so yeah, it seems like map control is gonna be firmly in their hands. And like I guessed in the pre-lobby, we have Unknown, and on the other hand, Delhi, going towards the other position here, which is gonna get contested by the enemy RNG units. So it's very nice to see that they're actually gonna go and contest this expansion here versus the AI. As otherwise, if left unchecked here, this might become a big problem for our players. Thankfully, they're fully aware of that. And yes, it seems like Unknown is getting very harshly harassed by the bombers from one of the Jalbert or Gerard RNG ACUs, and yes, they're also trying to go and make a naval blockage here. As we can see, the Beacon class frigate already 7 engineers killed under its belt, and make it 8 as another Yaistel is gonna go and fall down to it. So the question is, can Unknown actually go and push in here and, well, deny all of these factories or not? As otherwise, when the RNG gets going, it's gonna get very hard to go and stop them, considering just how much more resources they are gonna have available. We can already see it on the scoreboard. 68 resources mass per second compared to the 53 for the best of the players. So yeah, the RNG is already running away with the game when it comes to the economy. So hopefully, our players are gonna go and try to do their best to go and stop them from this. Okay, like I said, early frigates are gonna go and actually grab some map control on the middle and stuff for the Team Tryth. But unfortunately, it seems like Team Nuggets was fully aware of this, that they're gonna be a little bit slower on that. And as such, they're opting for the Istul T1 attack submarines, as this will basically go and buy them some time and map control. Compared to the frigates, which are, well, gonna be unable to go and fight off the submarines from the Team Nugget. So really a nice game of paper, rock, scissors happening right now, where one of the teams went for the faster tempo and frigates, meanwhile the other one played it a little bit slower, but decided to go with the more prudent approach of making the submarines for the beginning of the game, where, well, they are not gonna gain much map control, as they're gonna be unable to go and actually shoot any of the engineers that are expanding from the enemy team, but they're gonna go and deny all of the enemy frigates in this vicinity. So yep, it's basically two different approaches to the game for now. And it seems like one of the RNG AIs, Mr. Zen Ilna, had the idea of going for the middle island with his ACU, but seeing how Nugget is actually building a bunch of submarines around this part of the map, he was like, yep, nope, I'm gonna go back to my own base, and as such, this guy should be able to stay alive for a little while longer. Let's see what's happening on the other side. Yep. It seems like Delhi is actually doing a very good job at making sure that the RNG Ulahesh is not gonna go and actually expand too much. Already gun upgrade being built by him, so yeah, the moment it finishes, we are most likely gonna see him go here, shoo away this little guy, and then push towards the base belonging to the other RNG player. That is gonna be Jalbert, as Delhi is really going very hard on making sure to go and eradicate this whole base and then grab the resources for himself. Something that Unknown is unfortunately struggling to do on the other flank, as you can see him being very behind on the tempo when it comes to playing versus the RNG players. Although I guess that's because he's going for the T2 upgrades here. He have already the Vesper submarine hunters available, so yes, he went for the fast T2 HQ switch, and now with the destroyers being the next thing built, it seems like he's gonna go and try to close out the RNG chapter of this game quite fast. But the problem is, the Gerard have already managed to go and build his own T2 air factory, meaning that the torpedo bombers are gonna become quite a big problem. Even more so when we look at the map state and see that the air control is actually firmly in the hands of the left side team. That is the cold colors of Team Nugget, meaning that yes, if the torpedo bombers go for the red player here, that team on the left side is just gonna enjoy the show. Okay, we have the Salem-class destroyer out for Mr. Delhi, and with the ACU from Ulahesh being in this unfortunate position, I'm afraid to see that these RNG players might crumble quite fast. Especially if they start getting sniped one after another by the players from the Team Nuggets. Actually, let's take a look at the middle, because while I thought that the Nuggets is gonna be firmly in control of it, it seems like Endranii is somehow managing to go and grab the control, or should I say wrestle it back from the Team Nugget with a bunch of drops and stuff, although the chap ACU is here to go and save the day, as the Aeon Boy is gonna go and fire a few shots here and there and dispatch the pesky enemy T1 units in no time. Overcharge gonna go and kill one of the Titans, and yeah, sure. The T1 factories might be gone, but with the ACU still available, it means that this map is still gonna be controlled by the Team Nugget. That's actually very interesting choice to move your ACU here, Mr. Nuggets. But I can only assume that with the support of the Salem-class destroyers from your team, you are feeling quite... oh well, there is also Blinchik in here, so yes, I just don't understand why you have no air control or air cover here, as the T1 bombers are just harassing the ACUs belonging to both Blin and Nugget, but yeah. It seems like the plan for the Team Delhi is to go and kill both Ace enemies' RNG AIs, and well, grab control over as much map as they can. And yeah, it seems like Jalbert is gonna be unable to do anything about this, as not only the Medusas are basically wrecking all of his power and everything that is here, economy-wise, he's also under the fire from the enemy T2 Navy belonging to Delhi, so yep. Both Jalbert and Ulahesh are having big trouble dealing with this here, as they are basically getting wrecked from all sides, as they have no proper answer to the T2 Navy belonging to the Team Nugget. On the other side, it seems like both Nuggets and Blinchik are also trying to go and clear out the bottom flank of the map, but I'm not really sure if this is the best idea, especially as we can see that Unknown is trying to go and do the same from the other side, but hey, maybe they can do it faster, to grab the Nexus and basically take control over this position. But I'm not sure this is gonna go and work out for them. Especially as there is a small push happening through the mid lane, as Endranii is recognizing that there is not much to go and defend this little destroyer from Nugget here on the left flank. Although considering this is a Seraphim destroyer, he can basically just submerge and hide under the water. Okay. It seems like the Salem-class destroyers are gonna go and help out with the destroyer of Mr. Nugget, so yeah, really nice to go and see some... Okay, here comes the T3 Air! The Strat Bomber is unfortunately coming under fire from the enemy Swifties and Interceptors, meaning it is most likely not gonna deal that much damage. As we can see, dropping lower and lower, as Tryth is unfortunately mismacroing his Strat Bomber, as it is only gonna go and kill a single max. Okay, for now it's gonna go and drop bomb. No, drop the bomb, boss! Okay, bomb have been dropped as the T2 pigeons are gonna go and fall down. So it's not the most of the terrible Strat Bombers, but I have to say this was actually not that good. Even more so as he is also gonna go and lose all of his ASF and other units versus the T1 MAA available in the base of Nugget, not to mention all of the navy that is here means that the air is unfortunately not gonna be as nearly as powerful as they might be thinking. Let's see, how is the air player for the other team doing? Well, Chop is only now 50% done with the T3 Air HQ, which means that's actually way slower.
Commander
Although...
under attack.
Wait, something just exploded, and it's gonna be most likely, yep, it's Jalbert on the top side, as Delhi moves in with his gun upgrade, the ACU and nano upgrade, and there was just nothing that the poor RNG ACU could do to stop it. Now, Delhi is just gonna keep on moving As we can see, his naval blockade, made up of the destroyers and the Siren-class cruisers, is gonna keep on pummeling down the naval forces and fleet belonging to Ulahesh. So it seems like when it comes to the tempo play, the Team Nugget is doing much better. And at the same time, yep, it seems like Protect, also known as Braindead Command, is gonna go and, well, try to fight versus Nugget on the left flank. And unfortunately, it seems like he's taking quite a bad trades for now. But considering he have much more units available in his own fleet, I can see Nugget staying alive here for much longer. Yep, it is a good thing to actually go and try to move back the destroyers and try to regroup before trying to go and push anywhere else. Especially as a big naval force from Blinchik is also trying to go and fend off the units belonging to Donnie. Another race you have bit the dust this time. It's gonna be the Jalbert and Gerard on the bottom part of the map. So we can see that the RNG ACUs are getting removed one after another, with only one remaining in the top side. And oh my goodness, this ACU here, Chap, mister, you are not safe here. And do they know where he is? Let's see, Mr. Tryth, they're fully aware that the enemy ACU is here. They are most likely going to finish him off. And nope, Protect is actually gonna go and fall back. Seeing how Nugget is actually moving in his own naval force towards this ACU, so yeah. We can see that Protect is just unwilling to go for the 50-50 play. And as such, he better go and play slow and steady. Now let's see, yep, last ACU have been also killed, as all of the RNG players are no more. And with this, we're gonna have Delhi go and take control over this position here, and with all of that being for the taking, we'll see a massive explosion in his economy of the possibilities and other stuff like that. As all of these maxes and all of this reclaim is basically his to be taken. And it seems like Unknown and Protect are there's unaware how many units are here available for the enemy team. As we can see, one of the Ushavok destroyers getting absolutely destroyed and wrecked by the sudden onslaught from the enemy cyber ships. And let's see how is it gonna go and work out. Especially as Tryth have a bunch of torpedo bombers available to go and support him. For now, it seems like they're taking better trades here and there. As unfortunately, Mr. Blinchik doesn't have enough units available in here. And we will see how it's gonna go and end up. Yep, it seems like the T1 frigates are still proving to be too much to handle for the Seraphim destroyers. There is just way too many of them. And they're doing a good job being the cannon fodder and the DPS. And let's take a look at what else is happening. Well, on the bottom part of the map, it seems like Blinchik is still doing quite a good job at defending versus the forces of Unknown and Donnie. But the question is, can they stay in the game here for much longer? Although, wait. It seems like Nugget is actually gonna go and join the forces together with Delhi on the top side. And now, after they have basically dispatched all of the destroyers belonging to Protect, they are going for a swift push towards the base belonging to Protect and, well, Donnie. So I wanna see how they're gonna go and play this all out. As we can see, there are cruisers available in the naval mix, meaning that the torpedo bombers are gonna have quite a hard time dealing with that fleet, so yeah. Let's see how will it actually play out. Okay, it seems like all of the units have been gifted towards Delhi, so he can actually, well, play himself with no reason to go and actually keep on asking Nugget to meter the units. So that's very nice to see. And oh my goodness, the ACU of Protect is, well, unprotected. If the naval force belonging to Delhi just so wishes to move in here, it will mean that this ASU is gonna be the first one to go and fall from the players. And unfortunately, there's gonna be nothing they can do about that. Oh well, never mind. It seems like Tryth is building a big amount of torpedo bombers, with also a few Spectre gunships available to go for support. So yep, they are not giving up yet. But the problem is that the amount of ships available for Protect is minuscule compared to the big fleet belonging to Delhi here. As we can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Seraphim destroyers, a few cruisers, 2 Cybern and 1 Seraphim, and also a bunch of Salems being available here, means that unless Tryth can go and actually leverage his forces of the air force of the torpedo bombers and the Spectre's gunships, this flank here might fall down in the next few seconds. So we will see how is it going to end up. And you know what I would love to see? T2 transport. Get the air player to make T2 transport and grab all of these units from Delhi here and basically just go around the map and drop them inside the base of Protect. This would be a big brain play, and I wonder if the players are actually gonna think of it or not. But for now, let's see. Protect is gonna go and exchange fire versus the frigates belonging to Delhi. And let's see how is the micro. For now, it seems like the better trades are being taken by the team on the left side, as Delhi is gonna go and get rid of one of the enemy destroyers at the price of just losing 2 Cybran frigates, which is a trade you're gonna go and take any day at any moment. Okay, it seems like there is some support coming in here, as Don actually donated a few Seraphim destroyers towards the cause of Mr. Protect, and the problem is that the focus fire is much better on the right flank for now, as Protect is getting one ship killed after another, and with a good micro coming out, we can see that the Cybran Salems and the Siren class cruisers are missing a lot of their shots here. Like you can see, all of the missiles and other stuff just missing half the time, so as long as the Seraphim is microed properly, we can be sure that they're gonna go and win the trades here. Torpedo bombers from Tryth coming in here for the bombing run. They're gonna go for the unprotected Cybran destroyers, as one of the Salem class destroyers is gonna go and fall down, and second one gonna get dropped down to nearly half HP. Okay, never mind. It seems like this one's gonna go and stay alive on just 500 HP, which is still not good, but hey, it's still a full DPS available, even if the unit can die at any moments. Meanwhile, at the bottom flank, it seems like the Team Blinchik is doing a very nice push here on the bottom part, as they are slowly but surely grinding down the units belonging to Unknown. But hey, it seems like there was a fast T3 naval switch, as the Omen-class battleships have been deployed by Mr. Unknown. But the problem is, can they actually deal with this onslaught of enemy units? As we can see that Mr. Blinchik have just so much more units available. So even though there is T3 Navy available, it is unfortunately taking a lot of unnecessary damage, as there is no micro happening on the side of Unknown. I guess he is just planning to go and use the meaty shields as well, the way of victory. We also have Blinchik with the stealth upgrade, T2 and the torpedoes, which means he's also gonna be a good help for this naval fight in here. And yeah, this is also a very nice split here happening, as Blinchik is fully aware that he have to go and focus on the smaller forces first, kill them off, and then keep on chasing. As we can see that the ships belonging to Unknown are falling one after another. Sure, the battleships are still available and blasting away, but the problem is that all the support units, the frigates, the cruisers and destroyers, are falling down one after another. So very nice to go and see. Now the push is still working out, but the problem is, I'm afraid that Blinchik might just not have enough units available, and yeah, we can see him actually falling back, as there is Nuggets drawing lines on the map to go and showcase which way he's supposed to go and run away. The big problem now is, who is gonna go and grab all of this reclaim left after this naval fight? After all, you want your units available in here, to go and, well, cover this position. Okay, it seems like this battleship is nearly killed, or maybe not yet. But yeah, whoever gets the reclaim fields is gonna be the one to win the game, most likely. As you can see on the top side, it is Protect who is grabbing all of the reclaim from this last naval fight in here. As let's see if Delhi is gonna go for the T3 switch or not. Nope. He is not willing to go for the battleships or anything for now, still pumping out one Salem after another. Okay. Oh, a big blunder from Tryth, as we just had the cruiser Italua from Mr. Nugget basically killed 2000 mass worth of torpedo bombers and ASF for free. As well, Tryth just wasn't paying attention that he was, well, parking his aircraft units over the enemy cruiser, and considering this is a Etoile, the Seraphim cruiser, its flag is really, really powerful. Oh my goodness, this is looking terrible. This is looking terrible for Team Nuggets, as Unknown is pushing in with a big army here, and I have no clue what to say. Because there is like no stopping these battleships with this small army of Salems and Siren-class cruisers in here. So let's see how it's gonna go and look. Okay, we have the first battleships coming from the Team Nugget, with the Nugget himself taking upon it him to go and actually start building the T3 units, as otherwise I'm afraid to say that the T2 units from Blinchik are nothing more but a cannon fodder for the enemy battleships, as the Omen class is basically killing the Salem class destroyers one after another. So we'll see how it's gonna go and end up. Also, it seems like Blinchik is trying his best to go and basically annoy Unknown by pushing around from left to right. And let's see the top side. Protect still building the T2 units only, as he is unwilling to go for the T3 switch on the naval side, as most likely he and Donnie don't have enough mass available to actually go and play around here, which might be understandable, considering just how much more mexes are available for the left side team, with all this T1 and T2 mexes taken away from the AI. It means that Team Nuggets should have the eco advantage in their hands right now. And yep, it seems like Mr. Chap is gonna go and opt for going for the restaurant push here instead of going for the ASF only. Not sure I agree with that. I would rather go and see some torpedo bombers to make a short work of the enemy naval ships. Because otherwise, you're gonna take a long time to use the restaurant to chew through the HP pool of these Omen class battleships. Oh my, that's a nasty run by. It seems like Blinchik is actually somehow managing to go and sneak past Mantis raids at this stage of the game, which is kinda unforeseen, to be honest. But yeah. Oh, there is a Tempest finished. Most likely built by no one else but Tryth, and then given to Mr. Protect, so we can actually try to go and stay in the game, because we can see that the amount of units available to him is dwindling by the moment. But with the Tempest available, which can outrange all of the enemy units, it seems like he can go and micro his way back to this game. Okay, there was a small airfight brewing on the bottom part, but it seems like Tryth is unwilling to go and take the chances, as he's not going to go for the 50-50. Instead, he is just trying to go and dissuade the enemy restorers from laying down their DPS upon the Omen class battleship, and the airfight is gonna go and happen. No, never mind, Tryth is gonna go and back out at the last moment, although he is still gonna go and take some damage, as the ASF from Mr. Chap are gonna go and keep on chasing him. The turn is here, and let's see who's gonna go and win this. It seems like, unfortunately for Team Tryth, it is gonna be Chap who's gonna go and eradicate all of the enemy ASF. I guess with the restorers still being available, they are still gonna go and make their way to go and help out in here. meaning that the air control is gonna be firmly now in the hands of the Team Nuggets. So yep, Mr. Unknown better go and start building those Okafi carrier class ships, as otherwise his Omen class battleships are gonna be gone in no time, as he have basically no support, no nothing, no MAA, no air cover, no cruisers, no nothing. So yes, we'll see how it's gonna go and end up, especially he's not even using this to go and... Oh man, the Tempest is not even producing the cruisers, which it should be doing. As without the cruiser support, this wall flank here is gonna go and fall down in the next moment. So yeah, it seems like Unknown forgot that the Tempest can actually build cruisers, and yeah. Okay, he's starting to build them up right now, so yeah, that's good to see. As otherwise, this flank is gonna go and fall in the next few moments. And I really don't know, why is he building the Torrent-class missile ships? Like, why? They are useless. Why are you building them? They are not gonna do anything for your cause here. Especially as they have no AA, they cannot shoot the ships, and all they're good for is basically laying the ground fire versus the enemy fire bases. So terrible. And yeah, that Tempest is gonna go and die right now. It is still trying to go and build the cruisers in its little butthole. But unfortunately, it is not gonna finish on time. We have some support coming in from Donnie in a side of, well, 4 destroyers coming in here. But I'm afraid to say, this is too little and too late to go and save this position. As we can see, that the forces of Daily, Donnie and Blinchik are just eradicating one Omen-class battleship after another, with the missile ships being nothing but a nice-looking spectacle, as other than that, they are useless. So yeah, a big blunder. Like, imagine, if those ships were actually another battleships, that would be so much better, but no. For some reasons, we are seeing missile battleships being used for the naval warfare, which is not how they work. Also, Zuis and frigates from Nuggets making still the push here. As well, this is something that every player should be aware of. If your opponent is not building frigates, and is only building battleships or the experimental units like the Tempest, you should be spamming Zuis, Auroras and other stuff, because, well, each 1000 HP shot from the Omen-class battleship or the 8000 alpha shot from the Tempest on the Zui is basically a wasted DPS, so yes. Always spam Zuis and Auroras in this kind of a game. And well, Mr. Protect might be actually winning back some kind of the map control in here, but he have... wait. He only have 5 cruisers available. Although I guess they are Seraphim cruisers, so if they can actually go and lay down the flag fire versus the restorers belonging to Mr. Chap, this might still be a decent trade for the Team Tryth. Nope. It seems like Mr. Chap is fully aware how to go and micro his gunships versus the opposing cruisers, as we can see him just splitting up all of the units. So yep, even though Seraphim cruisers are amazing versus clamped up air units, it seems like Mr. Chap is on the top of his game, making sure he can split the units at a moment's notice, making it so that the DPS from the flak is not gonna be that much of a problem. And this is basically engineer side, as we can see the engineers dying one after another. Also good to go and see that the Tempest is gonna go and hide below the surface of the water to basically go and avoid the puffing problems, and also being basically swarmed by all of the enemy units like the frigates and other stuff from Mr. Delhi, who is now going all in on this push. As we can see, both sides of the map crumbling at the same time for the Team Tryth. which is most likely gonna mean the end of the game. Torpedo bombers coming up from Tryth to go and save the day, as he's gonna go and try to torpedo bomber the enemy battleships, but unfortunately this is not gonna be enough, as all of the naval factories belonging to the Team Unknown are basically getting eradicated one after another. So let's see how is it gonna go and end up. There is still a lot of T1 bombers being used up by Tryth to go and try to save the day here on the bottom flank, but somehow the top side is still fighting in here. As we can see that the Tempest is actually gonna go and rescue us once again. Already 31,000 mass killed on it, meaning it's already paid for itself. But here comes the problem. Nugget, seeing how well is going the bottom fight, is also gonna go and send a few of his own battleship, the Hatum class, to go and support the push from Delhi on the top side, meaning that the Team Donny is gonna go and recall from the battle. GG's and well played to the Team Nugget for taking the first game of this day. GG WP.